So, wait a minute. I'm going to make this video real quick. I don't know how many of y'all know who this dude is. Richard Spencer. But I did a video on him. If you punch him, what's up, Carl? Yo, dude, this dude Richard Spencer is out of control, and Charles Barkley and that Negro that interviewed him keep giving him a platform. They are embarrassment. Embarrassment. Straight up. I don't know if you saw that video on YouTube. They keep giving this European a platform. Yeah, bro, go look it up. I don't even want to really give him shine, but brother, you gotta look it up, bro. And punching Charles Barkley and Richard Spencer. Embarrassing, brother. Embarrassing. And they looked like they were just shaking their head like, and he's telling people, he said, Richard Spencer said that they are going to become the minority. Do you know that Europeans are the minority? Do you black folks know? You so-called black folks, do you know that they are the minority and you are the majority? It's more darker people here than any European. Do you know that's why they have to pay, amalgamate with your sisters? Because their birth rate is low? Do you know that, black folks? Our people lost, Carl. And they put the wrong people up there. I did a video with that dude, against that dude. Go punching Sabir Bey and Richard Spencer. We have another part. Sabir Bey and Richard Spencer. And watch the video that pop up. He never responded. And we did that video. Brother Amadeus Christ and I did this video. Might have been 4 or 5 months ago. 4 months ago, maybe. 4 months ago. That Brother Amadeus Christ and I did a video on Richard Spencer. But yet Charles Barkley and them put him on a platform so he can put out his racist bull. And that's all Negroes can do is shake their head. Like, watch that Negro and watch Charles Barkley. And why would you put Charles Barkley on there when he's married to a European, so-called white woman? Think about it. This European, in the kind of way I like what he said, because maybe he's smacking upside their heads. Do you know Europeans are a minority everywhere? Yes, they are. But you got to see that interview, brother. If I was in a room with him, I would show Richard Spencer that they are the minority. I'm not black. Do you know I had a discussion with a sister from the UK, from Ethiopia? She's never been here. She says she's been in many states, but she's never been in the U.S. And I made the mistake by calling them black in Ethiopia. She said, we're not black, but we're African. Listen to me and listen to me clear again. Listen to me. The only foolish people who are using that term black, and this is the ammunition that Richard Spencer needs, because he's saying that you're black. That's what make you black folks the minority of people. I'm not even going to get all into it today, but I'm going to get into it later on tonight, probably on Periscope. But the reason why you are the minority is because you don't know who you are. And they playing this game with you. They playing this game. Y'all got to watch that video. It's crazy with Richard Spencer. I'm laughing at these fools getting emotional, upset. But one thing I would pull out, if I was sitting with Richard Spencer, let me show you what I would have pulled out on Richard Spencer. This is what I would have pulled out on Richard Spencer. Right? You see that? I'd have pulled this out on Richard Spencer. See, I told you they got the wrong people in the right places. Right? I would have pulled all this out. Talking about the Moors. The Moors as a race. Hold up. I don't know why this thing is playing, but I would have been pulling this type of stuff out, bro. Let me shut this off. All right. I'd have been pulling this kind of stuff out on him. Dark skin, sometimes black. I'd have been pulling this book out on him. I would have been pulling dictionaries out on him. So how could we be the minority of people? You so-called blacks are minority is because you calling yourself black. Okay? I can take them all the way here, especially Negro, Moors, 1914, 1966, 1936, 1957. I would take Richard Spencer to school. Yeah, they know who he. I would have took him to town. No dope. I would have pulled all this out on Richard Spencer. But they bring the good Negroes that don't know their history. Again, I was on the phone on she might be on here, on Facebook, building with a sister from Europe that's never been here. She's Ethiopian. She said, we don't use the word black. It's never been used, she said. Never been used in Ethiopia, right? And we going at it. She said, I've never been to the States, but we don't use the term black. This is what she said with me. She said, but we're African. We African, right? We all African, even the Moors. So this is the Ethiopian sister I was talking to as I was watching Richard Spencer last night. And when she said that to me, I said, so what the hell is wrong with these Negroes and where they getting these Negroes from having these arguments? I would destroy Richard Spencer. Destroy this dude. Spencer knows who he's talking to. Exactly. He never responded to the video call that I did. Anybody can go online and watch it. It's on YouTube. Punch in Sabir Bey and Richard Spencer. Sabir Bey and Richard Spencer, and you will see that video. And we shared it with Richard Spencer. They would never reach out to me and talk that madness. And then they told the Mexicans to go home. This is what he said. We are losing. He said white people are running everything. This is what Richard Spencer said. Yeah, they running everything with niggas, with their slaves. They, like he said, we have the power. They do. And this is why half of these Negroes sell their souls out, from radio to TV to everyday life, just to get a job with this European, because we don't know who we are. We begging this European, and we think that we're doing something right by talking about Black Lives Matter. Black lives don't matter, people. It don't matter. And I know y'all watching this trying to figure it out. Like, why am I talking like this? Because y'all let these Europeans come at you, and then the only thing you can do is deal with emotionalism. We are the majority of people. We are the majority of people. Trust me. But if you are African American, black, you just separated yourself, because if you walk through the community, just do it one day. Walk through the community and just say this for a minute. Just say, what's your nationality? One gonna say black. One gonna say African American. One gonna say probably colored if they're older. Watch. Just do it. Don't take Sabir's word for it. Do it. So if the whole time I would have been sitting there with Richard Spencer, I'd have been killing him about the Moors. I'd have been killing him about you, the minority. Minority enough people that has nothing to do with a number of people. Minority talking about a person's mentality. I'm going to repeat that again. The word minority in law, okay? If I have to pull out a law dictionary to show you this, if I have to pull out any one of these and show you that the word minority means minor, it has nothing to do with a certain group. It's talking about your childlike mentality. And this is why they bring people like Charles Barkley, athletes, people don't know their history, or someone that's been trained in Howard University. You follow me? Oh yeah, you best believe, bruh, I'd have been banging them with law. I'd have been banging them with history. So they bring people like that on there. And do you know they sponsor people to do that? Sometimes do you know that Richard Spencer, one thing I can say with his people, yo, Richard Spencer's people sponsor that dude to go speak for him. We don't do the same thing. We don't do that. Them dudes, I studied everything about him. Study that dude's background. Study his background. Find out what his nationality really is. Study it. Then watch the people. I don't get upset when I see people talking about white people doing this, white people doing that now, because you, so-called blacks, allow that bull crap to happen. Again, okay? Let me show y'all something that I would have been armed with Richard Spencer again. Don't take my word for it. Go watch the video that Chris and I did about 5 months ago. We heard no feedback from Richard Spencer or anybody in his camp when I responded. We got another part coming out too. So, So this is what I'd have been banging Richard Spencer with. Black and colored like white, on the other hand, are European words. Ethiopian and Moors were properly used to describe the so-called blacks until the 1500s. I'm going to go before the 1500s, see? And actually, if you listen to that idiot that was on there with Charles Barkley, this is what the dude said. The same old story. Oh, 1600, we say 400 years we was oppressed. And we was, I said, dude, why y'all keep going back on to the 1600s? Our history didn't start in slavery. And this is the mentality of the majority of these people that's getting out of these colleges, right? Majority of the people coming out the colleges talking about only the 1600s. Tell me something before the 1600s or the 1500 black folks. You ones that love the word black, that keep saying it. It's nothing wrong with the word black. Okay, it's nothing. This is black. Let me show you this. That's black. This is white. Black, white, black, white, black, white. Okay, you got it now? You got it? My educated, smart black folks? This is why nobody wants to be related to the word black, because you don't even get it over here. It's modern. It came in the late 60s because it was Negro in the 60s and the 50s. Negro and colored. Negro and colored refer to all the people, right? So if I'm studying history, let me go back, which I thought these historians do in these colleges. Nubian, Ethiopian, and Moor from ancient Egypt, and Negro or Negretta, right? Of West Africa, all above are native African words. Negro is what? Probably the oldest. So, the book I pulled out before talks about when they took the word Negro and started using the word black. Ask somebody when they started using the word black. Y'all don't get it. Y'all not even getting this, man. Y'all think somebody's against and talking about the science, brother, and this is what it means about black. No, I'm not black, dude. Does my skin look like it's black? No. No. They're not talking about that. They're talking about your mental. You're mentally dead, black folks. Are you getting it? You're mentally dead. I don't care what PhD you holding, what NBA you holding, what CBS you holding. This is why they clown you cats every single day. Every day they clown you. This is why you give opportunities to Richard Spencer and they pull out basketball players and football players on to speak for you black folks, because you don't know a damn thing. In the history that you being taught, we taught you in our schools. Richard Spencer made them dudes look like, he said, we don't care about no equality. Go watch the video with Richard Spencer clowning them dudes, man. He laughed. He laughed and said, equality? But I'm mad. He wouldn't have nothing to say if I was throwing the Moors up in there. He wouldn't have nothing to say. He would have nothing to say. I say, show me where you see black people at, like I did before when I was in Philly. When the lady said, I'm from Texas. We don't have black managers in Texas. And I wasn't black. Real story. I was in Philadelphia years ago. 20th and Market Street. Kinko's. Lady walked in there. I'd never been to Texas a day in my life before then. The lady said, we must have a black manager. She said, must have a black manager here, because we don't have black managers in Texas. And I turned to the lady and I said, where do you see black people at? She said, they all in here. What are you talking about? They was wearing suits and ties, people. Listen to me clear again. Suits and ties with dummies. Suits and ties, real rap. And I said, they're not black people. I said, they're Moors. They've been mistaken for being black. And her whole attitude changed. Whole attitude changed. Her son, it had to be over 15 years ago. Her son was Italian. Her husband was Italian. I said, ask your husband, how did he get that stringy like hair? And I said, because the Moors went up in Italy. You got to know your history, people. They shrunk you into being the minority of people. We are global people. But when you separate yourself and say, I'm African American, there's a section for you. I'm Black American. And you know that they're not synonymous? Do y'all know that? Did y'all know that Black and African is not synonymous? Or none of that synonymous. Do you know that? I don't know how many of y'all knew that. We could talk about that. Black court of science mean death. You will lose all day with that argument, brother. Trust me with these people. You will lose. This is the problem. We like to repeat what other people are saying. Moors, step your game up when you're teaching these people, because you will lose with that one right there. I heard that, and I saw one brother, and I had to agree with the dude who broke it. I just got quiet. I didn't want to say anything. I had shut up, because the brother that said that, the Moor that said that, this Pan-African chopped him up and made sense out of it. Real rap. So stop repeating what you just hear inside them, the Moor science temples. Get outside the temples and start dealing with this law, for real, and know how to battle. There's a difference between like a battle rapper and a rapper. Like a KRS-One and somebody else. Know how to battle these dudes, man, for real. Richard Spencer would shut up and his campaign would be finished. It would be. No, but see, this is why I did the video. Go watch the video with Richard Spencer and punch in Sabir Bey. It'll pop straight up. We put it out there to him so he can respond. The same way I did it with TMZ. When I went at TMZ and TMZ tried to clown the Moors, you can punch that in too. Sabir Bey responds to TMZ. I respond to all of them. I'm not going to give them religion. I'm going to give you hardcore facts with history. Let me show you something. You see that? Okay? We're one. What did I say? 1555? You see that? More Negro, interchangeable. Do y'all get this? So you think Richard Spencer will have a chance dealing with me? Yeah. Richard Spencer and his people are the minority. They're the minority of people. They're not the majority. So when he said that he going to become the minority, his people is going to come the minority, they are already the minority. That's why they have to amalgamate with our people. Okay? They have to. All right? Yes, they were educated by the Moors. I already do know that it means according to law, not to make it up. Existence, trust, Sabir. I'm not saying it. I'm just telling y'all from experience with some of these Moors, man, that cannot hold their ground. And they keep having these same arguments with some of these Pan-Africans. This is why I'm willing and waiting. This Sunday, I'm doing a whole panel. I don't even know the people that's coming in. They hope some Pan-Africans come so I can clarify this stuff. But dealing with Richard Spencer, I would destroy this dude, man. Go watch the video I already did 5 months ago. I already went at TMZ. I went at all of them, and they would actually ignore it. But they keep giving this guy, Richard Spencer, those platforms. And Richard Spencer's people put up I had to do a lot of research on this dude. Had to study this man's background. His people put up a lot of money to get this man to go to these places. I'm telling y'all this now. So when sugar hit the fan, don't get scared, y'all. Don't get scared, because they backing their man. They're backing him. And he's the mouthpiece. He's laughing at every last one of these athletes. And that's where they bringing on athletes to speak. How in the hell is Charles Barkley speaking for any goddamn body? Think about it. Go watch that video with Charles Barkley and Richard Spencer. I would love to be in the room with that dude. I should have been in there with Barkley and them. It made that dude look like he was crazy. Okay? So I'm going to show you this again. All right. Black or more, Ethiopia right there, and more are interchangeable. Not black. This is why the Ethiopian sister was arguing with me. She said, we don't use the word black. We're Ethiopian. What she said, I am African. Oh, yeah, they had Charles Barkley in there. No lie. Real rap. I'm going to do it on Periscope. I'm going to pull it up. Y'all can go look at it for yourself. But I'm going to take piece by piece of everything when I do Periscope. piece by piece and break everyone down. Every last one of those things down they was talking about. But you can go watch it yourself. I really don't want to give it hits. But if you watch Punching Charles Barkley with Richard Spencer, and you will see these idiots in the room. You will see this other dude with this, oh my God, why we all can't just get along? Why we can't get along? Nigga, you keep trying to please these people. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care. Y'all keep trying to please these Europeans, these so-called whites. They don't care, people. As long as they can use you, they're going to use you. And that's what's going on. So I don't blame Richard Spencer. I really don't. But he's not talking to a real historian. Because I would talk about him being the minority of people. And the black people, you so-called sleeping black people that's doing radio and TV, keep playing these games. Okay? They playing. Richard Spencer's clowning y'all. And they keep giving him a platform. Barkley and the rest of them dudes know what's... It doesn't matter whether Charles Barkley and them know or not. They're not going to say it. That's the problem, y'all. Y'all don't get it. I don't know what Barkley know. Do you know Barkley? Do any of y'all know Barkley? Do any of y'all know half of these? I know a lot of people in this industry. I can say I do. I can say that they came to me and said they wouldn't talk about it. My man Eddie Griffin knows certain stuff. But he watched a lot of these videos too. So a lot of them may know, may not know. So I can't rush to judgment on that and say they do know. Unless y'all know somebody that know them. So a lot of times we premature talk about people we really don't know. We don't know if they know unless we sit and talk with them. See, I will be putting all kinds of stuff out on this guy. I just bought these the other day too. I'll be pulling all this out. I know my man Hawthorne James know. The cop that got off killing. We can't do. Yeah, we can't keep doing the same old thing with Hawthorne, and this is the problem. You can't. We cannot keep doing the same old thing, man. We cannot do it. I always say the wrong people are in the right places. We made. Listen, man. I'm gonna show you this again. Look. And Hawthorne, did I give you a copy of this, brother Hawthorne? We actually had this inside the movie, too. This is going to be in the movie. I don't know if I gave this to you, if I dropped it off to you. I need to give you a copy of that. But this is what we do for people. Basic stuff. These are dictionaries. Dark-skinned person, black or more. This is a basic stuff that we give for people. This is all we do. So we are never the minority of people, y'all. We are the majority of people. The problem is you keep thinking like a child. You could be a grown adult and have a childlike mentality. I'm going to repeat this again. You could be a grown adult and have a childlike mentality. It doesn't matter how old you are. And the whole oldest number, the highest number, is number 9. I'm going to repeat that again. You said what book this was? Which book? This book, which has been out since 1980s with Brother Taj. I'll give a copy to you when I see you. Before I roll out of town, I'll get you a copy. So we had this in the film, The Abandonment Act, my brother Hawthorne James, I did with that brother. And this book is going to be in there. So brother Hawthorne read out of this, Eddie read out of this. And when I tell you, that's how you make the change. You have to have the heart, y'all, the balls to change it. You have to leave. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. You can keep your religion in the closet if you and your God. Keep your religion in the closet with you and your God, like Malcolm said. I don't care. It don't matter. You can praise whoever you want to praise. I have nothing to do with that. So what we did is had simple books for people, right? For y'all. These are lesson books that we will have for people that's been around for a long time. A long time. So we are ready and armed. Again, they're going to keep on bringing these athletes on these TV shows. Oh, y'all didn't know that was the same, did y'all? This is called a mortarboard when you graduate from college, which represents the feds. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what that is. Give you everything. Just stay ready with these Europeans, man. Europeans are the minority. They know who to go to. Yes, those lesson books got so much information in them, and they small. And they small. They're not thick. This is nothing what I have. That's nothing. Besides these books. So, remember what I said. Black was a modern term. I had nothing against somebody if they want to use it. That's on them. But I'd have been banging Richard Spencer upside his head with everything. Just like Sunday. Hawthorne, I'm gonna give you a call, brother. I'm doing a TV interview with a sister this Sunday. It's going to be down in LA. And they want an audience there. So if you're in LA, let me know. I invite you because I'm taking a bunch of books down there. You see this? You see that right there? All these people are the same. Cuba, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Bahamas. We can never be, and we are the airwag. We can never be a minority of people. We are the majority of people. We are the majority. You can inbox me. But I'm actually going to go out of town in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I'll be gone. And I don't want to hear nobody complaining about they didn't get anything. Don't wait till I'm ready to leave. Oh, I got one more. I'm going to show y'all. Oh, let me show y'all one more. See that? See that? See that? These little thin books have so much jewels in here. And I would have told Richard Spencer, this is the Star Spangled Banner. Germany, French, Scottish, Irish, Dutch. It's a trading banner, people. This book's been out. Okay? This is what I would have been banging on Richard Spencer. Master Builder. Yeah, it's not a hat. And don't let nobody ever, run around here and call that a hat that's on your head. It is a national headdress. It is not a religious headdress. It is not a hat. It is a national headdress on the Moors' heads. If any of these Moors run around here talking about it's my religion, I was going to say something crazy, but I'm going to let that slide. It is not a religious headdress. It's a national headdress. National. Okay? Not a religious. National. Don't get it twisted. I'm glad you did correct them. Here you go. Look at this. 1920s. All right. And Morocco was not called Morocco, Moors. Stop with that. Morocco was called Amazigh. Amazigh, the people was called the Imazigh. Amazigh, and the people was called the Amazigh, which means free people. Free people. We're one people. So I got to go. It's been real. I'm going to finish this up on Periscope, but you can get at me, inbox me. All right. But I'm going to correct Richard Spencer. So if you didn't see the video with me responding to Richard Spencer, punching Sabir Bey and Richard Spencer, it's on YouTube. It's been up there for 4 or 5 months. And then you can look up Charles Barkley, and that brother act like he almost wanted to cry when Richard Spencer was talking about it. Europeans are the minority. White people are the minority. Get off their nutsack. For real. And if you're on radio, stand up. Speak the truth. Peace.